Hey guys, we are taking a break from the Armageddon content to delve back into the realms of Trench Crusade. We have the beautiful new plastic Trench Priest miniatures, and we're going to be painting them up in Green Stuff World paint colors in today's video. That is the sponsor of today's video, Green Stuff World. Please do check out the links below to check out their website with a million and one really cool hobby products. I will be warned though, if you do go to that website expecting to spend 15, 20 euro, you will leave spending 150, 200 euro. Because you'll just keep adding more and more Wazzy products to your cart. It's just how it works. They're all fun and they're all really engaging, so please do check it out, linked below. I've already done a Sniper Priest on this channel, so I'm going to be changing up the color scheme for this one a little bit. Previous one being in reds, and this one being in purples. I'm going to tell you why I did purples in the video. And yeah, it should be fun comparing the resin one to the new plastic version. Now, before I get into the video, this is my huge thank you to everyone that's continuing to support the channels in all the myriad ways it is possible to do so. Liking, commenting, subscribing, all that good stuff. Make sure you do subscribe. It really does help out a lot. And everyone out there who goes the extra mile and supports over on Patreon, you guys are absolutely awesome. You keep the lights on and the cameras rolling. So thank you from the bottom of my heart. There's a whole bunch of reasons to be involved in Patreon. We do extra videos. We do access to our podcast. We do a private Discord server. There's so much things happening in the Discord server, painting competitions, community showcases, hangouts, all that good stuff. And then we do a monthly giveaway this month in honor of course, the launch of Armageddon. As you can see, I've got two Armageddons. One is empty. That's my one. This one is completely full and unsealed or sealed. And that's one I'm going to be giving away to one lucky patron at the end of this month. So if you want to get a chance of winning a full Armageddon box set, all you need to do is be signed up to Patreon at any tier. Okay, without further ado, let's dive in and get working on this Trench Priest. Okay, so this is the beautiful new Trench Crusade Sniper Priest box set. As you can see, you get two Sniper Priests in the box set, and each one has an option of two different builds. So if you bought two boxes, you would have four unique Sniper Priests, mostly weapon and head swaps, but it does make a distinctly different miniature. Now, because I already have a Sniper Priest with a sniper rifle, I decided to go for the one with a grenade launcher. And this is an awesome miniature. And this guy just reminded me of one thing, a guy firing a grenade launcher who couldn't see the enemy. And only one thing sprang to mind for me. And if you know, you know. And if you know, put in the comments below. But I think this suits pretty well. Obviously, this game is sponsored by Green Stuff World. So I'll be using their paints. Lynch Purple, Vicious Purple, and then the third purple there. Sorry, I forgot the name of it there. Will be used to highlight up this cloak. As you can see, I do start with that nice base coat purple, and I apply it as a solid coat all over the robes. Now, when I was going to paint this guy, I actually Googled and looked up priestly robes and their colors for the significance. And initially, I thought the colors of priestly robes were worn to denote almost like rank or their position inside of the church, but that's not the case. Their different colors represent different things, like if it's Easter or if it's Christmas or something like that, will determine different colors. So for instance, when you get to the purple one, this one is, it represents penance, preparation, and sacrifice, which I think kind of suits the Sniper Priest idea of a guy that's kind of left the safety, the walls of his church, and has ventured out into the kind of hellish wastelands of the Trench Crusade world to fight the enemy without the sight that's naturally given to him and going in with faith alone, which I think is pretty gnarly. Like I said, the first one was done in red, so the second one in purple will complement each other quite well in the battlefield, and both look fairly cool. Now, obviously, I start with that base coat. I washed it down with that mid-tone, then went up to that phantom color, the phantom purple color for the main highlight. And we're going to do some streaky, scratchy highlights for that, just to get a really nice tone across all of that purple cloth. After that, we're going to go for blushing flesh, pectum flesh, and then elven flesh to do the skin. Like I said, we start with that blushing flesh and do a nice solid coat. The way I tend to do the triad style painting with the Green Stuff World paints, because I quite like the inks and what they do to the paints, I tend to go base coat, ink, then back to base coat, and then the last layer, which is kind of a weird way of going about it. But I find that style of painting really does suit. So for instance, like this one, we are going base coat, and then we'll throw that pectum flesh shade or ink, all over the skin, which will shade it down really nicely. But it does shade it down quite a lot, so we apply it goes quite dark. So I find that if we jump straight up to that kind of high tone right now, it would just be kind of too big of a gap between the mid-tone and the highlight. So I like to go back to that starting point again and do a layer job, being very careful with it, and then hitting with that high one. I think for me, it seems to work a treat and give you nice results. This particular skin tone that I've been using, I've done on a bunch of different models at this stage, but I really like the final result of it. I think it's a really nice skin tone and something I would like to pull across into some other stuff, maybe Space Marine heads or Ogryn skin or something like that. I think it would look really nice on. So maybe that's something I can do in the very near future for some of my new 11th edition armies. As you can see, going up to that highlight color now after we've gone back to the mid-tone and just doing tips and knuckles and nose, eyebrows, a little bit on cheek, really will make all of that bits and pieces pop. I haven't had a chance to paint up many of my new plastic Trench Crusade miniatures yet. I really do need to get the thumb out and actually kind of soldier on with that, because I am excited for when they drop the new 2-person player set, the new starter set, and want to get all those models painted up and actually finally start playing games. Andalusian Earth, which is a really nice warm kind of sandy brown color, was then grabbed and applied to all of the kind of pouches and stuff that went around his waist. He's got quite a lot of gear and trinkets and stuff tucked away. So Andalusian Earth is a great color to kind of start that off with. Also some kind of straps and the belt and all that will be done with that. The ancient sepia color will then be brought in for the tassels, the kind of pages of the book off of his waist, the skulls that he's standing on, and then the skulls and the kind of reliquary thing behind him as well. So make sure to block in all those colors with that. I'd say I've now done up to about 100 hours of painting now with the Green Stuff World paint, so I can be quite comfortable in saying that I do really enjoy them. I do find that I get really nice results. No color has let me down so far. The first time I used them, I was a little bit nervous. When you apply them originally, they seem to be coming out quite thick, but they're not. They're kind of like, they're a little bit more watery, a little bit more viscous, but it's mostly the mix. It's not really the pigment. So as soon as the paint dries, it does go super thin. It gives you a really nice solid base coat to layer up from. So yeah, all in all, very good experience so far. And I'm kind of excited to continue showing these to you guys moving forward. Anthrax Silver was then brought out for the grenade launcher itself. Was tempted to maybe try and do some tiger print on it, but I decided let's not push it too far on this. And then I decided to make the huge reliquary on his back. Instead of it being made of wood or something like that, I was like, no, this thing is, you know, silver and gold. This is extracted from maybe a fallen church. And he is kind of bearing that weight on his back as he marches through the war zone. So I added the silver and the kind of coppery gold to those pieces as well. And we have the black ink now applied to all those silver and gold parts. His kind of rosary beads, the grenade launcher, and the reliquary on his back are all done with that. And of course, he's holding a grenade launcher shell in his hand, so make sure you get that done. When the shade is all dry, we went back to that silver and went for another light layer of that. As you can see, tidying it up, making it look really nice and well worn. And then Commando Khaki and Sun Bleached Bone were just used to highlight up those kind of Andalusian Earth shades that we did around his waist, all those pouches. And we went in with a kind of mid-tone and an edge highlight with those colors just to make them pop. We made sure to get the kind of pages on the book, the red book on his hip, with those colors as well. And then, of course, the skulls and the bones and the kind of thing on his back are done with that color as well. Like I said, then onto the highlight with the bleached bone color, just to make it all pop a little bit more. Which is another real cool way of doing it. It's like the old contrast way, the kind of slap chop, just adding on the ink straight over certain details and then acting as the kind of the base coat and the shade, and then just going in with a quick layer job really does work a treat. Then we have this big, beautiful turquoise oxide paint. They did send me all 6 of their new kind of technical paints, and I haven't had a proper chance to go through and play with them yet. So this is the first time using any of them. So it was a little bit of trial and error. I started off by applying too thin of a coat, and then I finished off with maybe too thick of a coat across his back, which added a little bit too much oxide. It was definitely a learning curve, but I think these guys are trying to mimic and style him after some of the Dirty Down stuff, which does, when it dries, leave this stunning patinaed look across the metals. And I can definitely see a whole ton of uses for it. But like I said, on the back, I might have gone a little bit lighter. But these are my 2 Sniper Priests. You can compare them side by side. And of course, this is the new plastic Trench Crusade Sniper Priest ready to be fielded in games of Trench Crusade, painted with the Green Stuff World paints. Like I said, leave a link to the Green Stuff World website down below. Do check out their website. They've got some really incredible stuff to help your hobby out. Hopefully you enjoyed this hobby and you're looking forward to more Trench Crusade content very soon.